Hang on, let me just find that file. It's the phrase most of us have heard in our Teams meetings, and the moment you say it, you minimize the Teams windows, you start drilling through your cloud folders, and for the next minute and 48 seconds, you are not listening. You're locked in finding that file. Now, according to the study done by Stanford and Microsoft, analyzing over 34,000 meeting records, they found that 25% of all meetings involve active file multitasking. And that number, by the way, is only for searching and editing files. And I'm not even gonna mention that other stuff which was there. And well, the reason I'm showing you this is because if you're not familiar with us on what we do here, then we are all about saving your time and improving the speed along the way. And this just is another thing where you can do just exactly that, improve your and your team's productivity. And I'll show you how. I've gone into a Teams meeting with myself, and let's take, for example, the thing which I mentioned at the start. You're talking with your colleagues, and then there's some information or file you have to retrieve. And now probably how you would do it, you would probably go to your cloud, let's say, for example, SharePoint, right? You would go to your cloud, you would look for that file, scan through folders, open the docs, look for the information, then come back, probably maybe paste it in the chat, wherever that is here. And while you're doing this, you are not hearing what they are saying because you're focused on finding information. And that is just old way of doing stuff. Instead, you can just come to your internal chatbot, which has all the access to your cloud information and files. And then you can ask him for the files or the info you're looking for, and he would do the job you would do before. Go to the cloud, look for information, and retrieve it back. So let's ask it, what were the near-term actions needed to take? Then after a few seconds, it comes back with answer. It comes back with a file from where it took the info, with actually a specific page, because this is a PDF. And it's actually a scanned PDF. As you can see, it's like not even perfectly aligned. It's a bit twisted to the side. But it came back with answer, gave us the page. It gave us also the link to the root folder of the file. So if needed, we can just copy a link or something like that. But now, as you can see, we didn't actually need to take the steps to go to the cloud and look for the information. AI did it for us while we are in a meeting, chatting with our colleagues. And everything's happening in this one window. We can, for example, resize if needed. And I accidentally refreshed it. But that's the whole idea. You're in the same window, you're with your colleagues, and you don't have to switch between these apps to actually find that file. And probably while you're doing it, you are not even hearing what they're saying. Now, what is even cooler, that you can ask questions about your videos. Because imagine if you have to actually watch a video while you're in a meeting to actually find the info, and you have to mute them down and you have to listen to the video, find that information. Now, you can also ask questions about videos and even previous meetings. Just go here and ask a question about which S were we focusing from the last meeting. And it comes back with answer. We were focusing on S1 and S2. Comes back with also timestamp. So you also don't have to watch the whole meeting, right? And when you would click on it, it will start from that timestamp. You can actually see it here on the side. They're talking about S1, S2. And that's just unrealistic that you can actually watch the video while focusing in a meeting. And why not, let's just try another one. Let's say you're trying to remember who did we decide for Lily to work with from the last meeting also. Lily was decided to work with Max. Again, throws us to the specific minute where it's said. We don't have to watch the video. We can, if needed, actually go again to the root folder of the video. Now, and I think you probably might see a benefit of this, because what you can do for your next meetings, you can actually record them, and which you can do probably here in the 3 dots, and you just start recording. And you just record your meeting. You then go to your cloud. You then click on upload. You upload that meeting, as I have it right here, as you can see it. And then if needed, you can ask the question about that meeting like I just did here. And maybe if someone forgets to note something, or you just trying to remember what you were talking about, that's a lot of time you're saving, probably 20 to 40 to even hour of your time, because you don't have to watch them. Then another cool little feature which the solution has is that it automatically adds to your meetings. And what I mean by that is, let me quit a meeting. Let me actually create a new meeting. Now let me join it. And the moment I join this meeting, the chatbot automatically, as you just saw, added to our meeting chat. And we can open it, and we can then ask the questions, and it would answer it like you saw it before. Because by default, you would have to add this solution yourself every time you're in a meeting. So you would have to go here to apps, click on plus sign, and then you would search the chatbot. and you would add it, but you would have to do it for every meeting, and probably not on all meetings you would remember that, and in some you would be in a rush, and it's just nice that you don't have to think about such things and it happens automatically. So another cool little time-saving feature here. And by the way, even Copilot doesn't do something like this. But it doesn't do also a lot of other things, like for example giving answers from your videos and other bunch of stuff, which you can also check out my previous video where I did compare our chatbot solution versus Copilot, and there were plenty of features which Copilot liked, and it just isn't that good for information retrieval. But that's that. If also for some reason in Outlook you have the same situation where you have to manually switch to web pages to look in the files, maybe attach them into your emails, then also the same solution works also pretty good in Outlook. And I did also made a previously video about this where I show you where the same solution is also in Outlook. And not only that, it also can help you just with one click insert a document into your email message. So again, just helps to be more productive. Yeah, and also you don't have to just use it with your colleagues. I mean, it's something your sales guys can also do when they're on a meeting with the potential clients, because as we may know, the worst thing you can say to the potential client is, I'll check with that and I'll get back to you. And so this is also something that removes it, because they can just maybe quickly ask a question while they're on a call, get an answer. By that, they eliminate the step where they have to check on and get back to the client. You know, of course, this was pretty damn random question, and probably it wouldn't be in a sales situation, but you get the idea. But if by now you're wondering where you can get such solution, it's not some kind of SaaS app we are offering you, because that just isn't safe for your documents, and that's not how you want to operate in these AI times. It's something we set up for you. By that, you actually own the solution, and you can be sure the data stays to you, because even with Copilot, you're not sure what happens with your data, but with this solution, you can actually be sure about that one. And it also costs way less, because you pay basically for the usage, not for users like Copilot does. But all of that, of course, we can also show it to you and explain it to you more briefly if you just hop on a call with us, and you can do so by just emailing us with the email below, or just directly booking a call with us with the calendar link below. As always, remember to stay effective, save your time, that's something we can help you with, and be in front of your competitors. That's it from me. Take care.